Bottom Shelf Boomsticks here. We're going to be giving our personal views on the Smith&Wesson Sigma series. You guys might recognize them as the Glock Clones, is what everybody calls them. All the Glock fanatics out there. This one that you're looking at right now is a 40 caliber. Get it on that side there a little bit better. And the model is actually a SW40V, and this is the first model that they came out with, which is why it looks a lot more like a first-gen Glock. Now, so first things first, 10 rounds is all you get. You got this giant magazine, you only get 10 rounds. Not 100% happy with that, but it is what it is. Like I said, this is 40, so the rounds are quite bigger. But if you see here, you have all this room down here that you can still fit more rounds in. You'd probably get at least 13 rounds in this magazine if you had a different carrier, or if Smith&Wesson decided to do a different carrier in the beginning. But nevertheless, so the sights are adjustable left and right for windage. You don't get any up or down. And if you saw our video, we're going to be putting a link right about over here for the actual shooting, top right hand side of your screen, and of us shooting the Smith&Wesson 40 and the 9mm, which we'll get to in about, I don't know, call it 2 minutes. It's got pretty good serrations here for grip. I wish it had some serrations up front just for the just for ease of use. My philosophy of use for this thing would be bedside gun. The person that we got this from has a little bit of glow-in-the-dark tape back there just for quick and easy. I guess the front sight came off, or front piece of tape came off, whatever. Also, you can't put you can't put a flashlight here or something. Whenever I do, for home defense or whatever, I'd prefer to have a flashlight of some kind on here. But for under $300, I think the guy actually got this for like $2.50, something like that. And I mean, it shoots, it functions flawlessly. We haven't had any hangups with it whenever we shot it. We only showed you a little bit of us shooting it at the range. But we have shot it some more. I don't know, we probably have 100 rounds or something through it. If for grip, I wish there was a little bit of serration on this trigger, just so it's not as smooth and wouldn't feel as plasticky. And that is a safety trigger. That's your only real safety on this, besides what's in between your ears, that gray matter. And also there's some serration, some kind of texture on here, besides just being smooth like it is. Takedown is just like the Glocks. Here's a little Hickok 45 for you. Takedown style. Same thing as always. Is that right there? And that's what it is. So, it's got, everything in here, it's quality, because it is Smith&Wesson. They don't cheap shot anything. They did actually have to pay Glock certain royalties for, building a gun that's just like theirs. There are minor differences and everything like that, but all in all, it's a Glock clone. It's what it is. Again, wish we had more ammo for that, or more ammo capacity for that. So it's 10+1 in the tube, and that's all you get. Is what it is. It'll work. Now, after seeing this one here, this is the first gen. We're gonna move right along to its younger brother or sister, however you want to look at it. Alright, this is more of a Smith&Wesson style, I feel, because they fixed some of the problems that they had. They haven't fixed all the problems, but the newest versions of these have fixed all of the problems. So first, if you can tell here, it actually has serrations. You know, you actually get a good, you know, grip purchase on that. Something I'm not too fond of is locking this open. And don't worry, those are just snap caps. Alright, snap cap. This is in the 9mm, 15, 16 plus 1. And this is the SW9VE. So it's the newer model. Still breaks down the same. As the Glocks again. You know, same exact thing. Sights, they're a little bit higher on here than they are on the other one. You can tell here, they sit just a little bit higher. But on the 40, they are a little bit wider, just because of the slide. And one thing I'm really not happy about this gun is this part right here. To push that up, there's this little bump right here, and it is the most annoying bump ever, because you can't get good purchase on this with your thumb to just thumb it up real quick. See if I can show you what I'm talking about here. Is like, I can't thumb that up. I have to actually get in there and push on it. Unlike the 40 where it's all open, there's no real bump there. Yeah. See how there's no real bump here? It just goes right to it. And then, these are all capable of firing without a magazine. Alright, so safety check it. Clear. Which we already safety checked it like 4 times before the video anyway. You know, still doesn't have any, serrations on the, trigger. It does have a half-ass rail system here. You actually had to get an adapter to put on your Picatinny rail, to put on your attachment. Okay, now the newest ones, they actually have Picatinny rails already into it. Alright, so Smith&Wesson is learning, guys. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Alright. Also, right up here, you got a little peep sight. Or a round indicator. Alright? It's not the greatest to see. If you guys did see that, there is a round in there. But you can actually see down this little hole. Give the camera guy a second to get focused in on that. Can't get it? Alright. But if you, for the sake of the video, we get some light, see if that'll help. But you can actually see just a little touch of red. Again, it is a little easier with brass, but we didn't want to put a live round in it. And the newest one does have quite a bit bigger of a hole that you can actually see inside. And in the old school one, this 40 here, there's absolutely nothing. Alright, there's nothing to see whether it's loaded or not. This doesn't stick out. Same thing on this. This doesn't stick out or anything. Alright? It's just that little hole in the top. This little viewing window. Again, the sights here are for windage only. Can't adjust the front sight at all. Rear sight goes for windage. And they both actually have serrations in the front of the trigger guard for some shooters who shoot like this. You know, which there's no wrong way to shoot a firearm, you know, as long as you can hit exactly what you're aiming at. So we're going to talk about our grouping, and since we have this right here, we're going to talk 9mm real quick. Alright, Sigma 9, we're using brass case, or not brass case, steel case, herders, and toll ammo. So the Sigma 9, I believe we were aiming dead at it, which is just like this. Alright, where all three sights are lined up perfectly, aiming right in the middle of the box. Alright, so there's no 6 o'clock hold, there's nothing like that. And we're going to do a video about, you know, shooting techniques and everything like that later. Now, as you can tell, we had one low one, okay, we'll call that a flyer. We had 3 in a pretty good group, and then everything kind of went to the right. So, I mean, still, that's a hand size, which, if you come over here, a hand size, alright, that's accurate in my book. Now, we were only shooting that, and we had a time limit, because we were at the indoor range and everything. So, we couldn't sit there and just, you know, go for ultimate accuracy where we know exactly where all of it's going. Like we said, this is our first time shooting this set on paper and everything like that. So then we're going to go over here to the 40, okay? For those who don't know, that is 40 caliber. This is actually on target, and this is the herder's ammo, or the toll ammo, steel case, alright? Some people say that they don't like steel case because it gums up the barrel and all this different stuff. We've never had a problem shooting steel case. Why spend $20 on a box of 50 of brass case whenever steel case is half the price for the same amount of ammo and it does the same effect? Anyway, we'll get into that some other time. But this 40 here, it's actually a on-target ammo. I believe it's 180 grains, and I was using a standard hole on it because I actually shot the 40, and the camera guy right now is the one who shot the 9mm. So I did a standard hold on it, which is right down the middle, like we just showed you, where it was shooting way low. Alright. Now, I'm not sure if these two over here were flyers from the 40 or not. But if you count, there's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 in this area. So I'm thinking these two are actually flyers. Or I completely missed, which could happen. Happens to the best of us every once in a while. And how I got the 40 from the guy was he wanted me to white out, you know, just the wording and the logo and everything like that. And so that's why we got to shoot it, because I conned him into letting us shoot it after I got it all painted up, and he allowed us to do a video with it. You know, we also whited that out. It's what he wanted. He didn't want black, he wanted white, so it is what it is. That just reminded me, with the 40 magazine on this particular firearm, I have found to actually get it seated, alright, with actual ammo in it and everything, it doesn't just slide in there all nice and easy. Alright, it actually takes a bump. Which, now we're not gonna, I just loaded one in here, but it's not gonna go into the tube. For those of you who don't understand how firearms work, we'll, like I said, we're gonna be doing a basics video some other time. But it usually stops right there, and you gotta give it a little bump. Okay? To get it to set in there right. Alright? So, you know, with a little bit of practice with it, see, there's the bullet. It's right there. Alright, now with the 9mm, this one here, we have found, again, snap caps on this one, live ammo in the 40. So, this one here, just pushes it right in. No problems, you ain't have to bump it, nothing. You just send it home, it goes. No problems whatsoever. Alright, so that was snap cap. Don't worry about it. Alright, so that's clear. 40's clear. And I'm out of here. That was Bottom Shelf Boomsticks.